Jim, do you find that you learn a lot more about your team in its first road game? And do you wonder how a team's ever going to react to its first road game of the year?
Um, yeah, the preparation is just much like anything, getting good at football. I mean, pack a good football team to go on the road. That's especially the defense. Make sure you got your defense packed. Don't leave them at home.
On the left, John.
As you've said before, it's a little tough to see sometimes down on the sideline. Can you talk about maybe Samer Still's interception that you might have seen later at a better angle and the kind of leading that he's done so far?
Yeah. So the play on the field, yeah, I lost where the ball was. First thought it was on the ground. He was just scooping it up. Could have been a fumble, and our guys are trained in practice. If the ball's ever on the ground, we're hopping on that mistake or trying to pick it up and advance it. Even on incompleted passes in practice, our guys are picking them up. Mikey, it was an incredible play. When I got to see it from the different angles, the way he kept his feet. First, the ball skills, which he has tremendous ball skills. The athleticism, the balance. I mean, we do the slack block control. He's really good at it. Cornelius Johnson's really good at it. You saw Cornelius show up in the Ohio State game last year when he was, normal, average athlete, human being would have fallen down. Same thing with Mike. They would have been on the ground, but for him to stay up and then get into making the moves he did and then take it back to the crib, as the young people like to say, that was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. His leadership, it's constant. He just affects everybody he comes in contact with in a positive way. I'm sure you see the same thing that we do. Loved by the players, loved by the coaches, and it's great to see him. He's already a Michigan legend, right? And to see him continuing to add to that, it's just a beautiful thing. Wonderful, wonderful thing.
On the left, Tony.
Yeah, Jim, when you go into a game, you see Nebraska's ranked number one against the run statistically. I guess, what does that do for the game plan? Do you lean into that? Do you think, okay, maybe we got to do other things, or do you continue to play your style?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the planning of it, and recognizing, how they're doing that. They're good, and they're really good at playing multiple fronts, multiple schemes. So it's going to be an important week of planning and preparation, and then we'll go compete and try to execute to the best of our ability.
That rush game, it looks pretty similarly successful on the other side. I think they're sixth in the country.
It's a great formula. Stopping the run and being able to run the ball is a winning formula in football. And we're just gonna have to play good. It will be a game of blocking, tackling, focusing on fundamentals, reads, getting off blocks, defeating blocks, playing the assignment, being in the right alignment, being in the right technique. A lot of focus on real football fundamentals and technique.
On the left, Chris.
I think a lot of people saw DJ Waller, at least some people, as a safety. When did you know that he could play corner, and what have you seen from him since he's gotten here and to now?
Yeah, he's been a freshman that has really been doing well, and you see tremendous upside. I mean, already been freshman of the game at least once, maybe twice. Length, physicality, speed, athleticism. all the good traits. And he likes football too. So he's getting coached really well, getting really great training from Coach Klink. And yeah, long corners, athletic length. I mean, it's really good for the position.
When you saw him in high school, did you think, hey, this kid could be a corner at this level?
I think my first impression was he's an edge. He might be an edge guy. You know, he just looked big to me. You know, and tall, and I like long, athletic, as everybody does, edge players. But yeah, we saw the basketball traits and things. Then, you know, wow, that's a great thing. And you see that length sometimes in receivers and in DBs. Could be edge players, could be really good receivers, could be really good DBs.
On the left, Isaiah.
Length is a good thing. Length and athleticism.
After the game, like Orman
Those are blessings from Mom, Dad, and God.
I didn't get any of those.
Other blessings.
After the game, Blake Orman noted that the offense is still a work in progress, trying to get to the point where they want to be. What have you seen from the offensive side of the ball, and how long do you feel like it kind of takes in season to kind of, for an offense to kind of hit its stride?
Well, coming out of this game, I to be able to win, to be as pretty darn healthy too. I mean, those are great. Those are great things. And then for everybody to play well and execute, and then still have things to lean into, to learn from. But to a man, I thought there was some really good things. Whether it was the running game, the passing game, the quarterbacking was at an AP high level. Roman, the receivers continued to excel. Samaj, Colson had his best game. There were so many. AJ Barner, I thought, played extremely well. Max Bredesen, had one of his best games. The line was really good. Keegan Zinter, they probably graded out the highest, but there was, every Miles Hinton, Barnhart, and they had some great plays, and there was a lot more plays this week, probably triple from the BG game, where all 11 were doing what they were supposed to do and doing it at a really high level, in sync type of level. So just keep trying to build on that. But also, I thought it was Sharon Moore's one of Coach Moore's best games. The planning, the play calling, the balance, the creativity, the timely calls, just everything. One of his very best, a real gem, and the rest of the offensive staff as well. But I thought particularly play calling was outstanding.
On the left, Sean.
Jim, what specifically about JJ's play makes you say it was AP, and do you think it made a difference having you back? Because after the first game, he talked about how much he missed your 5, I think was the word he used, on the sideline.
My what?
Your 5.
Vibe?
He talked about how much he
good
missed
night.
your 5. And I'm curious if you felt that your relationship being back together on the sideline.
Man, it's not going to argue with that one. Hope that's the case, and hopefully agree. But I mean, he's been good ever since he got here. One of those kind of freshmen that's just good right away and contributing right away, and from the first practice, I mean, the presence that he walked out, and it's just been that way ever since. This was one of his best games. There was, when I say AP quarterbacking, yeah, the shot play was being defended, and he kicks it out in the flat, and we get a nice gain to Donovan Edwards. there's another really good play. It was similar to the ECU game, where we're running a flat corner combination, and in the ECU game, I mean, JJ made that throw in there that was right on the Monday into a tight window. I think you probably may remember that one. Similar play in this game, and CJ's running the route, and the corner was baiting JJ. Had seen that play on film, and you could just see that he's doing a great job of baiting him into that throw. But he was moving to intercept that ball. JJ just kicked it out to AJ Varner, who was in the flat on the sideline. Might have been a 6-yard gain, might have been an 8-yard gain. There was a play where multiple times people were covered. There was nobody open, and he brought the ball down, ran it. There was another play where they were covered. He started to get pressure. He stepped up, threw the ball away, and then the very next play came back and threw a touchdown pass. If I'm remembering that sequence right, which I think I am. Quick hands on the decision on the option, the two-way option, handoff or run himself, and big gains, big third down conversions by running and throwing, big plays by running and throwing. He was sharp, just a really, really sharp game. Yeah, maybe one other thing to say about it, but it just jumped out of my mind.